Okay, then in terms of Meghan Markle and Harry,
Who?
do you think then that what happened
Can
to,
I interrupt right there?
yes,
Why have you not stood up and genuflected as you were re- mentioning these godly names? You are so disrespectful.
I would have doffed my cap if I'd have brought one today. Do you think that Harry's situation now, what happened to Princess Di contributed to that? You know, the media pressure, the constant pressure of having to do things within the family. And he didn't want that pressure upon himself and for his wife. Do you think that that was a factor that led to him splintering off?
No, I don't. I absolutely don't. I think we need to look at Harry pre Meghan and Harry post Meghan, and they're two completely different people. When those children were young, and my children used to play with them. I mean, my children are quite a few years younger, but they still used to play with them. And I have many friends whose children were contemporaries of Williams and Harry's. And I knew an awful lot about them from they were this high. And I knew from members of the royal family as well that there were grave concerns with the way Diana was spoiling those children, and that she was not bringing them up to be sufficiently disciplined, that she was bringing them up to be ill disciplined, not only undisciplined, ill disciplined. William has fortunately grown out of it. Harry, the imprint, I hate to say, has been absolutely, you know what the Jesuits say, give me a boy till the age of 7 and I'll give you a man for life. Well, Diana had him for 13 years. That's nearly double the age of 7. Harry has always been spoilt. He has always been entitled. He has always had a terrible, terrible temper. And a friend of mine whose son used to go to school with Harry didn't ever want to go to parties with Harry because Harry was always fighting boys and causing trouble. This was Harry as a little boy. So I actually think had Harry been disciplined properly from the word go, he wouldn't have expected that everything should go his way. I mean, stop and think for 2 minutes. What is this man complaining about? The fact that he was number 2 and not number 1. You know, the fact that he has to walk behind 3 or 4 people. What about the hundreds of thousands and millions of people who have to walk behind him? You know, think of it for a second. Put it in context, in proportion. The guy is totally, totally out to lunch. He's also dumb. He's really stupid. I mean, that everybody has always said. And it's a fatal combination of spoilt and stupid. You know, one of them without the other might have been manageable. And then he falls into the clutches of this Jezebel who thinks that she should be the impersonation of Iago, dropping poison into Othello's air, Desdemona being the royal family, the British nation, etc., etc. All for fame and fortune. That's her agenda. Her agenda is about the moolah. So that, and I have no doubt that she figured out a long time ago when, if she wants to leave Harry and she stayed in the British royal family, she would walk with nothing shades of Sarah Ferguson. However, if she managed to get him to California and merged, she would hopefully leave with a lot. I think she's going to leave with a whole less than she thought she would, because I think she's so miscalculated and misplayed her hand. And she's not had the imagination or the bigness of spirit to see that had she stayed in the royal family, she'd have ended up being the most revered woman on earth. Of course, that wouldn't have helped the bank account. And we need to think that about the bank accounts, because she certainly does.